Hello, and welcome back to another English lesson. All the World's a Stage was written by William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare was an English poet, playwright, and actor. He is regarded as the greatest writer in the English language. All the World's a Stage is from one of William Shakespeare's plays, As You Like It. It is actually a monologue, that is, a long speech by one actor in a play or a movie. And this monologue was spoken by Jaques, also pronounced as Jacques. This monologue in particular is 28 lines long. One part is written in blank verse or unrhymed iambic pentameter. What does that mean? Unrhymed doesn't rhyme. All right. And what is iambic pentameter? It is a metric line in English poetry and verse drama. A rhythmic pattern has to have rhythm. And this rhythmic pattern has 10 syllables per line with alternating stressed and unstressed syllables. As I go through it, you will see what I mean. The poem has many literary devices, so as I read it to you and explain it to you, please note you will come across similes. What are similes? Similes are comparisons that are made with the use of like or as. There are metaphors in this poem, and what is that? It is a comparison. It's a comparison without using the word like or as. In fact, the whole poem it uses symbolism because men and women are considered players. So it's a symbol. You will also come across a lot of repetition where words are repeated for the purpose of emphasis. There's alliteration. The same sound or the same letter occurs at the beginning of adjacent or closely connected words for a special effect. You will also come across onomatopoeia, that is, sound words, the formation of a word from a sound associated with it. So, without much ado, let's go through this poem and you will come across everything that I have mentioned to you. All right? I will explain each line to you as well. All the World's a Stage by William Shakespeare. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts. All the world's a stage. So Shakespeare says that the world is like a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They are players. Why? They are actors. They come onto the stage. They have an entrance and they have an exit. Entrance at birth, when we are born, we enter the world, which is a stage. And when we die, we exit the world, which is a stage. And while we are in the world, that is on that stage, we play different parts. One man in his time plays many parts. What parts? We'll come through that. His acts being 7 ages, 7 different parts. At first, the infant, mewling and puking in the nurse's arms. Then the whining schoolboy with his satchel and shining morning face creeping like snail unwilling to school. And then the lover. So what Shakespeare is saying is that the world is a stage. All of us have a role to play. We have an entrance and an exit. And we have 7 ages that we go through. The first one is the part where we are infants, very small babies, just born. And what do we do as an infant? We are only mewling, crying weakly, and puking, vomiting in the nurse's arms. That's what we do when we're infants. Nothing else. Well, that's the main thing. And after that age, he says, comes the schoolboy stage, where we have grown a little bit. We are now children, not infants. And then we start going to school. But the schoolboy is always whining, always grumbling, complaining with his satchel. Satchel is a bag that you wear on your back, which usually contains school books. So this schoolboy is always complaining. He has his bag on his back, his satchel, and his shining morning face, because he has washed his face well, he's put cream, it's shining, creeping like snail, unwilling to school. Haven't we all been through that? Those first few years of school are the hardest. You're so used to being at home, mollycoddled by your parents. And then suddenly you have to wake up early in the morning and get ready and do homework and pack your bag and struggle to school at a time when you would rather be sleeping in bed. So it's a hard time until you get used to it as years pass and you make friends, and then it becomes an exciting thing. So he creeps like a snail. You know what a snail is. It crawls so slowly, unwilling to school. He doesn't want to go to school. So first stage, the infant. Second, the schoolboy. And then comes the lover. So now he's grown past that age where he's completed his education, and now he's become a lover. He has fallen in love. Sighing like furnace with a woeful ballad made to his mistress's eyebrow. Then a soldier full of strange oaths and bearded like a pard, jealous in honor, sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking the bubble reputation. So let me explain this part. So when he becomes a lover, he falls in love with someone and he starts sighing like a furnace. You know, it's a furnace, a fireplace. And the fireplace makes certain sounds like sighing sounds. So he sighs like a furnace with a woeful ballad. Woeful means a very sad one. And ballad is a slow romantic song. So when people are in love, they like to sing songs or make poems to their loved one. So that's what he's doing. He makes a very sad little slow romantic song to his mistress's eyebrow. He's singing to her eyebrow, because when you're in love, you do crazy things. And well, he's singing a song to her eyebrow. He likes her eyebrow very much. Some people may like their loved one's hair or nails or fingers or toes. But this is just to add a bit of humor to the poem, where Shakespeare says that he's singing a woeful ballad to his mistress's eyebrow. Well, like all stages, that one passes as well. So the lover is not a lover anymore. He has become more serious. He becomes a soldier full of strange oaths. Oaths are words that express anger. So he is full of himself. He is a determined person. He is, he says strange things that people would only say in anger. And he's bearded like a pard, like a leopard. He has a beard, a long beard. He looks stern. He's jealous in honor. Well, he wants to maintain his honor and he's jealous of anything or anyone that comes in the way of that. And he's quick to lose his temper and quarrel, sudden and quick and quarrel. Anything angers him, he wants to quarrel about it. Sudden, he's very fast. He doesn't think twice. He's hasty, seeking the bubble reputation. So what does he want at this stage in his life when he's a soldier? All he wants is glory, even in the face of death. He wants glory. Glory and honor are the most important things at this stage in life. But then what happens next? You have to pass on to a next stage in your life. Even in the cannon's mouth, you know it's a cannon. Cannonballs are shot from a cannon. So in the cannon's mouth means he doesn't care about the danger he might be in. He doesn't care about death. But then that stage passes, and then the justice, in fair round belly with good capon lined, with eyes severe and beard of formal cut, full of wise saws and modern instances. He has become more mature now, doesn't lose his temper so often. He's become very serious, but not quick to lose his temper, and no more of those oaths. He's looking more decent. He has cut his beard a bit, but he's grown a big stomach now because, well, you're middle-aged, you tend to grow a bit of a belly. So he's put on weight. Then the justice. He is now like a respected judge. He has a formal beard. It's cut so nicely, sober. He is full of maturity and wise sayings. He has been through so much. He has experienced so much in life that he now can advise other people. Full of wise saws. He knows what to say at the right time, how to advise people. In modern instances, he has experienced it, so he knows what's going to happen. He knows how you can prevent it. He's wise. And fair round belly, of course, his big stomach. And of course, he's mature, but that's how he looks now until he goes on to the next stage where that fat belly will vanish. And so he plays his part. The sixth age shifts into the lean and slippered pantaloon with spectacles on nose and pouch on side. His youthful horse, well saved, a world too wide, for his shrunk shrank and his big manly voice. So he plays his part. The sixth age shifts into the lean, into a thin and slippered pantaloon. He's wearing slippers and loose pants, pantaloon, loose pants. With spectacles on nose. Now he's wearing specs on his nose, balancing off the nose, not right up to where the eyes are, and pouch on side. He's carrying his pouch with him. His youthful horse, well saved, a world too wide. He was youthful once. He was young, and he served and saved the world. Wide means he's been all over. He has given advice to people. He has saved people because of his advice. He's prevented bad things from happening because he has told people about things in advance. For his shrunk shank and his big manly voice. And now that big manly voice is no more. It's going to change into a shrill voice. And his big tummy has gone down. He has become so slim. His voice is going to sound like pipes and whistles now. Turning again towards childish treble. You know what's treble and bass? Bass voice, it was bass, and now his voice is turning treble. Like that. Pipes. You know what a pipe sounds like. And whistles in his sound. Last scene of all. So now he has passed through that stage where he is, very thin, wearing loose pants. I mean, his own old pants, but now they've become loose for him because he has lost that big round belly of his. And he's walking around in slippers, but a very wise man. Now his voice has changed and he has reached the last scene of all, a sad scene that ends the strange, eventful history, is second childishness and mere oblivion. Sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything. It's sad. What ends all these stages of man and gets ready for his exit? He becomes like a child again, second childishness. For the second time, he becomes like a child. Mere oblivion. At this stage in his life, he does not know what is going on around him. He has probably lost his memory, suffering from dementia. He is too old to care. He is too old to do anything anymore. He's probably lying in bed or just walking around a little bit, trying to do the bare minimum, forgetting where he's kept his specs, forgetting what he got up to do. Sans teeth. Sans means without. It's a French word. So, because the person who says this, Jacques, is supposed to be a Frenchman. Sans teeth, without teeth. All the teeth fall out in the old age, and sometimes people get it replaced. They wear false teeth. But basically, there's no teeth in the mouth. The original teeth aren't there. They have to fall out. That's just part of life. Sans eyes. Sans eyes doesn't mean he has no eyes, but he loses his eyesight. Very slowly, the eyesight gets worse and worse and worse. People wear specs. They wear specs for reading. Then, after some time, it becomes bifocals, it becomes progressive lenses. And after a while, it's really bad. You cannot manage without your specs when you're that old. You cannot see a thing if your specs are off. That's what it means by sans eyes. No eyesight. Sans taste. He cannot taste anymore. You can give him the best of food to eat and he will not care because his taste buds have lost their sense of taste. That's what happens in old age. Everything stops working slowly. Sans everything. Everything. Everything just gives up slowly. Not suddenly, unless there's a problem, a health issue, but usually it just happens slowly. And then the person exits. So I hope you came across all the things that I talked about in the beginning. The similes, metaphors, repetition, alliteration like quick and quarrel, onomatopoeia like whistles, and repetition, as you can see right here on the screen in front of you. Sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything. He wants to show that that is important. Repetition is for emphasis. Metaphor, the players, and simile, for example, creeping like a snail to school, that part, that's the simile. So I hope you enjoyed the poem and learned from it. And I hope the explanation was good and you understood everything about it. Okay? So bye for now. We'll meet again soon. Until then, do take care of yourself. Bye.